OFRCON-SAN. I would also like to introduce the chairman of today's occasion, the Vice Chancellor of Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor Adenike Temidayo Oladiji. I would also like to introduce the Vice Chancellor, our outgoing Vice Chancellor, who has done well, the person we are celebrating today, Professor Abayomi Sunday Fasina. Also, I would like to introduce our amiable mother, the wife of the Vice Chancellor, Associate Professor Dr. Bosede Fasina. I will also like to introduce the incoming Vice Chancellor, Professor Joshua Ogunwole. Also, we have in our midst the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration and the Chairman of Ceremonial Committee, Professor Bola Tajudeen Okpola. Also, I would like to respectfully introduce members of council who are here present, starting from Right Honorable Nike Omawurare, Ajia Nafisat Nawuche, Barrister Maxwell Gowan, Honorable Chief Mrs. Ifeoma Nduku, Professor Babatunde Afolabi. I would also like to introduce the University Librarian, Dr. Olajide Olabode. All deans and directors and members of Senate who are here present, you are all recognized. I would like to especially recognize the family of Professor Fasina. Can you please stand up for recognition? You are welcome. On that note, I would like to invite the chairman of today's occasion for our opening remarks. Ma.
Thank you very much. The Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, distinguished Senator Udo Udoma, CON, LLD, SAN, former Senate leader, Nigerian Senate, other members of Council of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Federal University Oye-Ekiti, pardon me. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Abayomi Fasina, and his amiable wife. The VC designates the incoming Vice Chancellor, Professor Joshua Ogunwole. The Registrar, University Librarian, the Bossa, Deputy Vice Chancellors, professors, and other members of Senate, deans, directors, members of the Fasina dynasty. I like to call them the Fasina dynasty. Distinguished members of staff of FOIE, ladies and gentlemen, and the great students of FOIE. Good morning and welcome to this very, very important occasion, the program for the 5th Vice Chancellor's Valedictory Lecture and Tenure Report. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm indeed very happy to be here today. I'm happy particularly because on a day like this, we see the university doing what it should be doing. Number one, from our name, when they say university, it's actually derived from a Latin word, which means universitas. And it is a self-regulating body, a body that is given to discourse, to teaching, to research, and to service. So essentially, every time when the university talks about university autonomy, It's because from our name, ab initio, we are supposed to regulate ourselves and we are supposed to be able to take charge of our activities. Anything short of that is not correct. We're also supposed to engage from time to time. And part of the engagement is what we are doing today. To whom 5 years is given, a report is expected. Professor Fashina was appointed for a tenure of 5 years. Therefore, it is good and it is expected that he will give a report of the 5 years. What has he done with the stewardship of the 5 years that was given to him? As a colleague, Vice Chancellor, we know what it is. But again, nobody can tell you cannot have an excuse for failure. You can only struggle through it to succeed. At times, I liken the role of the Vice Chancellor to that of a woman that is pregnant. Somebody sees a pregnant woman with a big tummy and says, how do you carry this pregnancy? But the answer I normally give people is, the tummy does not become big in one day. It grows gradually. And the same thing with the Vice Chancellor. The Vice Chancellor is cooked gradually. From serving first as head of department, he serves as the dean, probably serves as director, he serves different capacity within the university. And therefore, when he or she is appointed as Vice Chancellor, it's already grown, and then the stomach is already big. And because of the previous and the small growth, he will have attained the capacity to carry the big tummy. And that is why when the baby comes, it comes with a lot of struggle, but the baby surely must come. Today, Professor Fashina is going to publicly display the baby that he's been able to give birth to within the 5 years. That is the evidence that we have of the report. Again, as a colleague Vice Chancellor, I know that resources are dwindling. And every Vice Chancellor, whether you study accounting, economics, or biochemistry like me, or Greek like Fashina, you must learn economics. You must learn scale of preference. You must learn how to appropriate your funding. And in the midst of it, you are still looking at issues round about health and safety. No matter what you want to do, you prioritize the health of people, you prioritize the safety of people and property of the university. So it's a big task that when you are sleeping, you are thinking. When you are awake, you are thinking. And whoever carries it and is coming out of it should be celebrated. Prof, I celebrate you this morning. I ask for grace to also finish well. But again, it's near the corner. So every day, with each passing day, I'm happier because the clock is ticking down now. For Senate members who may be interested, the advert for FUTA is surely going to come out this year. So people that are interested should be on the lookout. Very soon you will still see our own advert. So we are already taking down. But today, we ask that Professor Fashina will give his tribute. We thank everybody who had supported him to move this far. As I was coming in this morning, I could see a lot of development on campus. And I said, truly, there is something to show for the investment, both of the government and also from what he's been able to source from different sources. Congratulations once again, and I wish us the best of time here this morning. Thank you.
Let's appreciate our mommy, please, all the way from Akure to this place. Thank you, mommy. when the chairman of occasion was presenting a welcome address, the former governor of Ekiti State, Engineer Segun Oni, walking. You are welcome, sir. And during my earlier introduction, I made a little mistake. I would like to inform you that we have a brand new Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics on the high table. He is Professor Babatunde Afolabi. On that note, I would like to respectfully invite the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, distinguished Senator Victor Idomaigba, CON OFR, SAN, to make his speech. Thank you, sir.
Let's sit down. The chairman of this event and Vice Chancellor, Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor Nike Oladij. Your Excellency, my brother, my friend,